A good result for them, and on the balance of play, obviously they've got a big lead in the A-League anyway, so for them, very good result.
Yeah, excellent result on the balance of play, and you know he's heaped. Well, he said they copped a late goal, which he's not happy about, but he shouldn't be too upset with the defensive unit, you know, as a collective, because some of the last-ditch defending tonight from Brisbane Roar was excellent. And he said it there, they're going to win a championship on the back of the goals they don't concede. And we say it all along, you win a championship by your defensive, how you defend. They will win games. They will win games from their quality. Tonight they were off. They weren't particularly fluid in their possession game, but they got a point away to Wanderers, so there's a lot of confidence they can take out of that.
Foz, let's have a look at the highlights, and we'll start with the first goal to Brisbane Roar, and talk us through that one again, how it came about and why the Wanderers got caught.
Well, the Wanderers really attacked them in the first half, and we were talking about it before the game, how they're going to approach it. They were very aggressive. They didn't want to allow Brisbane to come onto them, and they were very successful at it. They should have scored in the first couple of minutes. Here, Depuzo wins the ball and he tries to go, but no one covers for him. And what happens is, because Poliak decides not to come out and cover the overlapping run and allow then an adjustment in the centre of the field, because he didn't do that, that means Topper Stanley has to get drawn out. They end up with good cover anyway, because Moyes has to get all the way back. The difference in the two decisions is that Brisbane Roar end up with the ball in the box rather than trying to keep them higher up the field. That's the sole difference. In this moment here, they should have been reasonably comfortable, but Moy doesn't get close enough. Mind you, I thought he was probably the outstanding player of the game. But the thing about Berisha is this: one touch, it's between this touch and the shot. That's the difference for any young strikers watching. The time between his second touch, this one here and that's why that guy is a brilliant, brilliant striker, because the speed of his actions between control and get a quality shot off is faster, I think, than anyone else in the league. After that, they came back, and in the second half, particularly the first 15 minutes...
One-way traffic, wasn't it?
Sanalab, wow, they were... I mean, Popovic has certainly had a great effect at half-time.
Yep.
We thought, Clint, the first half was pretty balanced, although Wanderers shaded it.
Yep.
In some respect, you can expect that a bit because they're chasing the game, and they showed up in Brisbane that they could do that. But even Moy's ball forward there, back to Hersey, was brilliant. Everything he needed to do was absolutely outstanding. He kept carrying them forward and forward all the time.
Guys, what about the two substitutions, Haliti and Juric coming on around the 70-minute mark? Do you think, Clint, that they maybe could have come on earlier? They made a really big impact.
Yeah, well, I'll never be one to second-guess Popper publicly.
Not with a couple of looks that he was giving the linesman, yeah?
Not at all, but...
This is a brilliant ball.
Yeah.
What about that from Braddon?
Yeah.
That was magnificent.
A rare moment for the Roar in the game.
It was
There
rare,
wasn't enough of
but
it.
all class.
Yeah. But it's rare in its brilliance. It was a gorgeous ball.
Yeah, but we were saying earlier in that half that it needed a Juric in the box because they were getting so many crosses in. Some really good balls there. He just needed a guy like Juric to be in there. But he did have his influence, him and obviously Labano Haliti right here. They had a huge impact when they did come on, and Labby scored the equalising goal. And
not one of his better efforts there.
That wasn't his best moment.
Very lucky to escape a yellow.
This was good work from Juric, and this nice work also from Theo.
He was lucky. He was lucky, Theo,
Yeah, he was,
because he committed to the challenge and a better touch from Tommy Juric in that position.
So he had to get the hand on it.
He had to get the hand on it. It would have been a pen straight up. But this is a goal. Great ball in from...
a magnificent ball.
From Aaron Moy.
It's a brilliant ball because it's, what is it, about 30 centimetres inside the 6-yard box.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
just maybe a fraction more, and dropping.
It's a ball that the strikers love as well, because it's that one where both the keeper and the defender are in no man's land, and it's just that one begging to be put in.
I was just going to say it's a great ball for the strikers. They love it, but it's on the opposite side. The keepers hate that type of ball because you're very unsure whether you should come or not. Theo decided to stay on his line, and the defenders didn't do their job.
Here at the top, Brisbane Roar with a game in hand on the Wanderers, who are in second place on 31 points. Central Coast there in third. Let's have a look at the Les Murray medal points. Aaron Moy, as we've been talking about, had a fantastic game. 3 points for him. Yusuf Hersey gets 2 points, and Polyak gets the 1 point. So Popper said there, Clint, deserved all 3 points, and clearly on the balance of play, how many chances they created, would you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's decidedly proud, obviously proud of the boys, and so he should be, because they put in a very good effort. I think the one thing that probably would concern Popper, looking on the balance of things, is finishing chances. And you look through the squad and the players, his big players at the moment, probably aren't giving him what they gave him last season. Shinji in particular, he's been off. He was off tonight and been off for the majority of the season. You know, he can expect a lot more out of Mark Bridge. Barely saw Mark Bridge tonight. So even though it was a great team performance, they dominated possession, they dominated the league leaders. Just a few worrying signs with these big gun players coming into finals time.
Well, Popper also said, Foz, that they can catch the Raw. It's a big lead that they've got at the moment with a game in hand. Do you see that happening?
They shouldn't, but he has to say it, obviously. He has to believe that they can. The Raw are going to have to lose a few games between now and the end of the season, but it's certainly possible. You know, the Raw in the last 2 weeks, is it? They've had to fight back from being 1-0 down. Yes, they've done it well. Barisha with a last-ditch goal last week. So they can be beaten. You know, you asked before the coverage, you said that 3-1 win by the Raw in round 7 between these two teams, who took more out of it? And I said immediately Brisbane Raw, because it continued their run. But actually, thinking about the game tonight, it was also a big game for the Wanderers, because what they proved to themselves was that they could completely stop the Raw playing. And that they could come out of a game against the Raw away as the better football team. And the same thing happened today. So they did take immense confidence from that, and that's a message that Popper clearly could give to them. I mean, tonight they played, I think, probably more long balls from the keeper and also from the central defenders. They have a free kick and they went long very regularly, because their pressing was so well organised, so effective. They almost completely disrupted. So there's many positives for them, but the league is very much in the hands of the Raw.
Okay, thanks, boys. The time.